What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's doing great. So again, I've been just trying to think of videos to do. I've been saving, so there's a lot of videos I have to save for you guys for the future, like crafting videos, armament videos, etc. But I wanted to do just a quick little video because I mean maybe this has been out there before about Barb Forts and obviously barbarians and everything in Home Kingdom, but we're in off season right now. And as you can obviously see, the beautiful little farm army that I have right here of even my own account using the gathering speed. However, I wanted to really just quickly talk about the Barb Forts in Home Kingdom. So at the moment, I am currently doing it where you obviously, and everybody says this, you use your farm accounts in order to fill rallies. You want your main account to be just putting out a rally and using your AP that way of hitting these level 5 forts. Now, obviously, yes, that is great. And what I was doing in the beginning was using my, like, just one of my accounts and just filling my account with with troops. But in the beginning, I was just sending like 200k, so I was doing 400. Now, I don't. I mean, I haven't seen other people mention this before, maybe, and obviously a lot of players do know this, but for the people that don't know, when it comes to your damage done to a fort, the more damage you do, the better the rewards are. So as you guys can see, I have 89% done here for total damage on this fort. So I have the following trophy level is 10 or tier 10. So I get the max rewards you can get. Even after, if, let's say I get 99%, you're going to get this same reward. Now, I don't have anything where I have the rewards because they do disappear. So I'm probably going to have one that disappears in a bit. But what I've noticed is that I found the right amount of troops to reinforce my rally in order to make sure I always get it's usually 89 to 90% that I always get of total damage done. And I get loads of speed ups. Now the experience tomes are great, but obviously you want to get the most amount of resource packs and the most amount of speed ups. This is also really good if you're maybe still a young player and you're trying to, get Books of Covenant. You do get the Books of Covenant, but for the most part, you guys have seen I have two forts done. That I even with this one was able to get two or well one barbarian, so I even got some extra gems there, which is great. Now, why am I making this video is simply because of the fact that when I did this as a simple mistake of just sending 200,000 troops from my farm to this account, it was like, yeah, boom, I'm doing my forts and stuff. But I was getting 50%, so I was getting about tier 6, 7 trophy. So I was getting like 65% total damage, and I would get about I would get about 6 5-minute speed ups, which in all honesty, that's actually really bad because if you're thinking about it, if I'm doing that, if I'm doing it that I'm getting that amount of damage done and the amount of wounded that goes into your hospital is pretty low, the you're getting a decent amount of speeds, and this is me doing it every single time. So I'm getting 50-minute speed ups. Every what this I'm getting it every 5 minutes, more or less, 5 6 minutes, which is great because I'm using my AP correctly. I still have my daily amount, so I'm gonna use that. But I feel like this video was more or less trying to talk to you guys about how to get the best value out of your barb forts during the off season. I feel like obviously people have said other little things about like, oh, you use your farm and you do this, um, and you basically do certain little things of like with the chain barbing, you can do that little cheese of using an account going in a small area, but like not going too in depth on actually figuring out figuring out the method to this. So I've been doing this and it's been great. Obviously you need to make sure other people don't join your rally as well, because the minute that happens is when you're getting like 40 50% done, and it's just not good. It's just not good. One thing I would recommend is even for the people out there is using Zooge. My set is okay, it's not the greatest, but using Zooge and then just putting the talent tree to here, it's simply just great because you're getting the same cost as if you were going to use like Aethel or someone else, and you're getting that beautiful value of basically having a peacekeeping Zooge. And then, you try and figure out who's the best pair with him. I use Herman. I did try YSG. Didn't really work well. So you could try someone else and see, like, okay, what will bring down the wounded and what will actually output the most damage and maybe even kill the fort faster so you can avoid a little bit more wounded. But not gonna lie, guys, it's really really nice seeing it where you're getting 50-minute speed ups instead of like 6 of the 5-minute speed ups. So sorry, I meant like 50 minutes worth of speed ups every 5-6 minutes for your forwards. So it's really really nice. I would suggest for anybody to do that for your account during off season. I know a lot of people just get a little bit bored. They just spam rallies or whatever, but they don't obviously take into account if you have one farm account, you can do this and it's super easy. Now the only thing is, of course, you need to make sure your march is strong in order to find the right value in which you get the most amount of damage. Because one thing I will say, I was obviously testing it, but from my second account, what I do is I send a max of 35,000. If I send anything over 35,000, the damage goes a bit higher, obviously, to my farm, and then the trophy tier goes down to 9, which then I lose some. Damn, there's like no level 5 forts. All these level 4. Okay, thank you. So that is something I've noticed that maybe you guys can maybe keep in mind when you're trying to figure out the best amount of troops to send to your rally. Now, I'm using on my farm account, like right now, I'm just doing this right here. I have a saved loadout. I use 35,000 T4 and I get this, so definitely keep in mind, if you have a stronger farm account, like just keep that in mind, like what you're doing. But overall, guys, I gotta say, it's great value to make sure you're doing this during the off season. And yeah, just mess around with it. Mess around with what's going to be the best march for you to use. Again, I like to use Zoo Herman, and I do have little talent resets. They're pretty cheap to buy from the Alliance shop. You buy them, and then I can just reset Zooge in the future for like any wars or anything like that. But definitely try and keep in mind anybody that does have versatility. Like you can even use Scipio Lou if you wanted to, and just put Scipio and have his little points there. That could be something really great for you to use, especially there's going to be a lot of people that do Luce and Scipio, or like, if you have anybody that's Cav type of thing, you can do it with Nevsky as well, putting him there. Maybe even Nevsky's actually a bit better to use. The only reason I like to use Zooge is because of the AoE, so you can get Barbs hitting your fort or hitting your rally as well, so you get good value. But like, for example, here, I click Butterfly Farms out, just, you always gotta watch out for people that are joining, so it's all good. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick video. Let me know if this has helped you guys out. It's really tough making ROK content because during the off season, obviously I can go watch other fights or do all this other type of stuff, but I'm not piloting anybody's accounts, or I'm basically trying to save up stuff so I can do videos for the future. So yeah, just really keeping that in mind on why maybe you guys won't see 24/7 ROK like, how do I say it, content, simply because it is actually pretty tough to make ROK content. I feel it's not the easiest unless you're a big spender, and if you're not a big spender and you're doing all the other things, most likely they're making guides, and most likely these guides, I don't want to be rinsing out the same type of information. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll catch you guys in the next ROK video. I'll see you guys. Peace.